Good Wednesday morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get airborne with day 3 of our emergency live trade briefs. Brutal game at the Panthers last night. Don't even want to talk about it. Did not look good. The Lightning looked good, but I was going to say it was still fun. It actually wasn't still fun. But we have a lot to cover today. This is the last day of our free trade briefs. We are almost pretty damn full. This reminds me of the COVID crash. A lot of folks coming out of the woodwork as the market implodes, trying to figure out how to make money. I told you, man, everybody's a genius as the market goes straight up, especially when the market goes straight up because of bullshit. The Fed, government spending. I warned you that the Fred Sanford was coming, the big one, grabbing your chest, and this is the big one, and it is. And this one is a slow motion crash down, and there ain't nobody coming to rescue this stock market. Unless Jerome Powell caves, which I guess is a distinct possibility. But if he caves, inflation gets worse. So they're in a lose-lose right now. All right, so welcome aboard. Some of you, I guess, are new because you didn't watch the replays, or maybe this is your first brief. But I tell you to be early because I open up the room about 15 minutes before the live trade brief starts, so you can see how I pre-flight my jet, what I'm doing before the briefs, any trades that I place, and I give to the hunters and the Max Afterburner folks immediately. If you saw, I just tried to take an Amazon sniper, and it went down $1 as soon as I placed it, as Amazon imploded right there, right here. Tried to get in at 260, and it immediately went down. That would have been $700 in the blink of an eye, but I'm going to cancel that one for now. So I tell you to log in early so you can see what I'm doing and the investment clubs are doing, because that's the type of guy I am. Nice guy. But what a difference 24-hour makes, man. Yesterday, a little bit of a implosion, then rally. This, of course, is a very, very tactical market right now, ladies and gentlemen, and it's fun to trade, right? I didn't say invest, I said trade. But we talked yesterday about a potential long-term bullish trade. We'll review that today, and then we're going to close the doors, and we're going to get airborne with or without you. Like I said, this reminds me of the COVID market crash when we closed the doors actually early. I didn't ask Susie how many people we have, but when I looked last night after the Panthers game, I think we're almost full. And we only take 50, and we close the doors because we don't like a shitload of people here. I don't need it, and the instruction goes down. The quality of instruction goes down when there's 1 million people here. So we actually limit our attendance. So we're good. We're done. This will be our last free brief, and then good luck to you if you don't want to be in our squadron. We briefed the current market condition the other night. What did I tell you Monday night? I tried to trick everybody into, look at this. This is a great looking stock, right? That's a great looking market that I'd want to invest in, except that I tricked you because that is the S&P 500 upside down right now. This is actually the current market condition. What did I tell you Sunday night to do? I said, if or when there's a rally this week, sell into it. Implosion, rally, implosion, rally, implosion, rally. Did anybody think that was going to happen? The answer is no. It ain't going to look like that. I told you to sell into this rally, including yesterday's quote rally, because we're going to be going down like this. Bad macroeconomic data came out this morning. More bad in Europe, bad in China. Ain't no good around at all, except here at TOPGUN Options. And no fallen heroes. So as others are ejecting out of this market and their airplane, we're profiting. I think we're over 40 grand this week. I went 1 for 1 yesterday on S&P 500 trades. We got a good looking bearish Amazon trade out to Friday. And then we're going to pound some more S&P 500 into the dirt. It was great yesterday seeing a bullish trade printing money. Paramount was up 15% yesterday. 2 weeks ago, I told you, get bullish on Paramount. Top Gun Maverick is going to destroy the world. What happened 2 weeks later? We find out that Warren Buffett invested $2.6 billion into Paramount. Great minds think alike. So yesterday we were looking at a bullish trade printing money and our bearish trades printing money as well. So we're up about 40 grand month to date, pounding the S&P 500 and Amazon into the dirt. We'll take a look at the Amazon trades in a little bit. Reminder, at the end of the brief, I'll show you right now how to get your full throttle slot. But if you just want to give us a test drive, there is a service that we have called Solo Amazon that's only $97 a month. Panthers game last night, I think the popcorn for 4 people was $97. So if you're not ready for the full throttle experience, we have a couple other services called Solo Amazon and Tomcat Charts that are a little less expensive. But if you're serious about doing this, serious about learning how to trade options, and it's not hard, I've disproven that this week, that only people who don't want you trading options tell you that it's hard. It's funny that most, certified financial planners or professional money managers, they had to learn a little bit about options to pass their series test, and then they dump it. So when their clients come to them like, hey, I want to do this, and they're like, oh, options are dangerous. It's because they have no idea what they're doing. No offense to a bunch of my certified financial planners and folks here. There are a lot of people here that manage money, and I love them. Some are in the closet, and I don't know, and then some actually do come to me and say, hey, dude, thanks. We have somebody who manages about a $500 million book here in Florida, and this is where he gets his options trades. So anyway, so we're on the training side of the fence. Like I said, I'm going to give you the link right now to get one of the full throttle slots, because when we fill up, we're closed. We're done until next quarter or something like that. And then if you're interested, I'll give you a Tomcat Charts or Solo Amazon link to just kind of test drive what we're doing here. But again, if you're serious about learning how to trade options, man, you got to do full throttle. And then maybe someday down the road, you can jump into one of our investment clubs called the Hunters and Max Afterburner. Our director of business development, Goose, David Brawley, S16 guy, options Jedi Master. He can talk to you more about those programs down the road if you're interested. Brent, I can speak from experience for that. Series 6, 7, 63, 66 at one point in time. Brent, I know it, man, because I got guys and gals who reach out to me like, dude, I got to study for my series, whatever, and I need to learn a little bit about options. So they learn a little bit about options, and then they dump it. So that's fine. Do what you need to do to pass the test, right? But a lot of people are just ignorant to what options are and the power that they have. And in my opinion, they're safer than stocks. Stocks can go to zero. Options, you can only lose what you know you can lose. So right now, we are in what should be weekly options, but I'm going to call it accelerated retirement because I already showed you a couple weekly options trades this week. Yesterday, we took a couple S&P 500 sniper shots. So I'm going to pull forward what is usually Thursday's brief. I don't know why it says Wednesday on there. I'm going to change that slide right now. Hang on, before I forget, Thursday, 10 a.m. Fixed. So this is what full throttle looks like. Primary, intermediate, advanced briefs. If you're a skier, you recognize those symbols. It's not that weekly options are black diamond like they're expert. They're just shorter term. Weekly options expire when? Say it with me. Each week, right? So they're a little bit more tactical. They're the same tactics. It's just a shorter time frame. Remember, Solo Amazon and Tomcat Charts are not included in this full throttle program. You're going to get access to 8 training sessions. I do those once a quarter. Go watch last quarter's training right now, because an iron condor is an iron condor. It was last month, and it will be 10 years from now. So join today, start watching your training. You're going to get access to our 3 skill-based live trade briefs, the 8 sessions, the 3 manuals, and also text and email alerts. I showed you yesterday and Monday night what our email alerts look like, and I showed you what the text alerts look like. Maybe I'll send out a text live in today's brief so you can see just how that process works and why you want to be in one of the investment clubs, because it takes me 5 to 10 minutes to blast out a text alert, whereas if you're in the Hunters, which you can join today, you get it instantaneously. I know 80% of you work. That's why you don't have to be here live, because we do send out the text and email alerts, and you can watch the replay. We've had people who've never watched me live, man. They join and all they do is watch the replays, like Chris here. He got to attend a brief live after 3 years and was really excited. So, okay, there's an example of our full throttle training. It's a building block approach. Just like Sledge showed up to Air Force Flight School, never flying an airplane before, the Air Force, the Navy, the Marine Corps, we can take somebody who doesn't know what the hell they're doing and in a short amount of time turn them into somebody who's deadly. I do the same thing with options. If you're sitting here going, holy shit, man, options seem confusing or anything like that, this is why we do training, and it's not hard. You should look forward to doing something like this. I love looking forward to gaining knowledge that can help me make money. There's your manuals you're going to get access to, and obviously the 8 full throttle sessions. Okay, we'll talk about solo Amazon at the end, but let me give you the link right now so the final people can join up. I'm going to remind you all the way on the right is obviously the best deal. 50% discount on an annual membership. This week, I think we've made over 12 grand so far in profit on closed trades, on trades that aren't open, but closed trades. So I just paid for about 6 years of your membership here at TGO in a week. Men lie, numbers don't, trades don't. I've done all that live. If you didn't get a chance to attend live, I'll give you the replay page here in a second. If you just want to try maybe the Hunters and Full Throttle for a month, it's $497. And if you just want to do Full Throttle, which is the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday briefs and the 8 live sessions of training and the manuals, you just do this one, $295. That's kind of your test flight if you want to try us out for a month. But the Hunters, you get access to this investment club. This is where I post everything live. This is the instructor panel. It looks different for the members, but a lot of active traders in here. You can see I already posted in that Amazon trade at the open, which if you got filled on is already printing money as Amazon starts imploding again. So, perfect example. I sent out that alert immediately. It looks like a couple of people got filled at $2.60. It's at $1.40 right now and going as Amazon goes lower. So you already made $800 in that trade. So if you made $800, that's why I tell you to log in early, folks. If you make $800 in that trade, there you go. There's about 3 months of your full throttle monthly I just paid for in one trade. Okay. So again, folks, this isn't hard. Okay. And I've told you repeatedly since Monday night, I don't like this as whiz. I am bipolar and so am I. As whiz, I don't like this. Because some of you are here because of the text, the emails, the dude, I put everything in crypto and I'm broke, help me. It's heartbreaking. So I don't like that as a human. But Gordon Gekko from Wall Street is not a human being. The guy's a robot. He's a deviant with no soul. So as Gordon, that's my job here at Top Gun Options. We're going to save lives with the No Fallen Heroes Project. I do have a soul. I've seen my soul. I've seen God's soul. I've been one with God. So I'm not worried about my soul, and actually I think my soul gets better by helping folks like this out. Here's an example. This guy, hey, Matt, hope you're doing well. Not sure if you remember me. I did some work for you at your apartment at Icon a few years ago. I was just concerned with Coinbase. Unfortunately, I put most of my savings in Coinbase. Now I am taking a big hit. Wow, what would your best suggestion do at this point? I've been hammered with these recently. Okay, if you're ready to stop and step up and start winning, welcome home. This entire folder is filled with case studies, man, of current TGO members, former TGO members who have changed. I've helped change their life, man, and they're printing money. Like I said, you can check out our reviews on Trustpilot, on Facebook, and all that stuff. But you gotta get airborne, man. Exactly, Mike. That's good advice. All right, let's go ahead and get airborne, and then towards the end, if you're interested in the solo Amazon for only $97, or Tomcat charts for I think it's $147, I'll give you those links as well. But let's knock out our normal brief. Starting to hear more of this. And again, I love when TGO leads the way. Now the media is starting to wake up to this. Russia-Ukraine peace talks not happening in any form as stances harden. Okay, I'm going to remind you of this is a dead horse, and I'm going to keep beating it until people start waking up. This is going to get worse. a cornered Vladimir Putin, along with Finland and NATO or Finland and Sweden wanting to join NATO, is not good. Us shoveling $40 billion to Ukraine while we have 60,000 homeless veterans and 22 veterans a day who kill themselves is a national disgrace, but it's not cooling things down. You know who fights proxy wars? Cowards. Here, Ukrainian young men, here's a bunch of really cool weapons. You go use them. You go risk your life. What about you guys? No, we're good. We're sitting this out. But here's all these cool weapons that Lockheed, Northrop Grumman, and General Dynamics want to test. Check out our new Sling Blade or Switchblade UAV that can turn people into hair, teeth, and eyeballs. Oh, okay? Thanks. Yeah, keep fighting, baby. Keep up the yay. You might win this thing. Where's the talk of peace? Where's the talk of stop freaking killing people, man? It's not happening. Mumbles make shitty pants, Mr. Teleprompter. Let's just keep poking. Let's just keep poking. Let's keep wanting war, and then we're going to be shocked when Putin does something that we're going to call nuts. It ain't nuts if you're him, and it ain't nuts if you're the Soviet command. I don't want to be right with this prediction. They will use a tactical nuclear weapon or they're running out of weapons, folks. Do you think they're just going to go, okay, we're out of weapons. We're gonna head back across the border into Russia. We cool? Or do you think they kind of look around the stock room and go, well, there's some chemical shit, there's some biological. Oh, and yeah, we have 12,000 tactical artillery pieces. So anyway, oh, of course, Aaron, you should be uber bullish on defense companies at this point. Yeah, we talked about getting bullish the defense companies when the Ukrainian thing happened, right? Now they're taking a hit with the overall market, but I hate saying this, but this is Gordon Gekko talking. If you're looking for a good place to store your money and these stocks give good dividends, take a look at the defense contractors. It's sad, isn't it, to say? But again, Gordon Gekko versus Wiz. Wiz is saying, stop. Freaking stop. There's nobody, maybe the Pope 2 weeks ago was trying to bring down the temperature. And the Pope did what? He excoriated Putin for doing this, and then he also excoriated the West. Like, what are you guys doing? Why do you keep expanding NATO up to the guy's front porch, man? So the Pope, and of course, people gave the Pope a ton of shit, and I've given this Pope a ton of shit. But the guy's right; he can't. There's a Catholic doctrine called just war, and almost none of the time is war just, but there is a just war clause where the Pope can use that language, like you're engaged in a just war. He didn't this time. He kind of shook his finger at both sides. You guys expanded all the way up to his front porch, and he said, please stop doing that. I'm not going to do anything to anybody. And then you kept doing this. So you can hate the Pope all you want, but the guy, let me put a bow on this so we can move to more operational issues. But I'm telling you guys, just because we're talking about the election in Pennsylvania or this shooting or this, or we're and Jerome Powell, and we're all here. This is why I teach you to be strategic. Most people, when, not if, they wake up one day and it's breaking news on the bottom of the TV that says potential nuclear weapon used in Ukraine, the VIX will be at 100 and the S&P 500 will be at 2,000. I guarantee you. And this is also when a lot of people are going to go, oh my God, I can't believe that happened, or I didn't know that was going to happen. And then that's her fault. And I have zero sympathy for them. That's my Gordon Gekko moment. We at TOPGUN Options are taught to put our binoculars to our eyes and look downrange. Look everywhere for potential threats or opportunities. Okay? So it's sad. It's very sad. There were peace talks happening at the beginning, and now they're not. So there we are. So, all right, moving on. What happened yesterday, man? First of all, this morning, what happened yesterday in yesterday's live trade brief? A couple of things. I told you Jerome speaks at 2. We put on a bear call spread that at one point was up like 60%. A lot of TGO members did what? took profits. Why? Because I warned them at 2 o'clock Uncle Jerome was going to talk. And I said, with my luck, he might say something that the market likes. Did everybody follow the S&P 500 yesterday? And exactly what it did. It did exactly what I said it was going to do. And I posted this in the in the Lifetime thread, because here's Jerome talking. You ready? The market, we did our bear call spread down here. A lot of people got out there, and it kind of went up. And then what happened? He started talking, and boom. What did I say right down here? I sent this to the hunters and to the max afterburner. I said, beware the turn. Okay, so told people to exit here, and I said, beware the turn. Most reactions from the Fed are wrong, the initial reactions. Okay? Where is it? So I post, yeah, there it is. Let me scroll up. Why isn't it scrolling up? Load earlier. Oh, I just want to show you that I said all this stuff, because when you join the hunters, you do the $4.97 a month thing. It's awesome. I also put on a trade on top of that one. Damn it, where is it? There it is. At 216, ladies and gentlemen. Beware of the snapback. The first move is often wrong. So I told people, I said, get out of that spread right now, and shit, if anything, you could put a bullish spread on. Doug should have listened to you. That's why I post this stuff, because you should listen to me. I kind of know what I'm doing. At 216, which is right there, I said, beware the snapback. Snapback. So, this is an example of me. I love that you're getting to see me do all of this stuff, because this is me in action. I'm like a pig in shit. So when the snapback happened, if you saw on the other screen, I sold another bear call spread up here that expired for max profit. It was awesome. The 40 something 90 or something like that. Yeah, Goose did a good job in the Max Afterburner thread telegraphing the with the VIX. You're exactly right, man. Where is it? So right here, let me scroll down just a little bit. This one, as it turned, what did I do? As it turned, I sold a new bear call spread right there. And that one expired for max profit. So this is an example, folks. Me live yesterday, dog fighting this market. And again, I can't send out text alerts because this shit's all tactical. This is why we made the hunters and the max afterburner lifetime groups. Okay. But I'll show you in the end here a little bit of how I can send out text alerts. But what did I tell you yesterday morning? When the market opened and went up because of Home Depot earnings, I'm like, do you not see Walmart that just are horrendous? Home Depot. So we sold into that market pop yesterday, and then it dropped the rest of the day until Jerome started talking. We'll get to what Jerome said in a second. Then what happened this morning? I told you to sell into all these pops. Target, holy crap, it sucked. Target is down 25%. What did I tell you yesterday about Walmart and Home Depot? I don't care what the left side of a chart looks like. I don't care what your earnings were last quarter. All I care about is your forward look. Did you hear Target this morning? Everything sucks. Inflation's awful. Everything sucks. Wow. So, Monday night, when you came for your welcome aboard brief, I told you to sell every one of these rips. We have a big leg down coming. Okay. Why did the market rally yesterday afternoon? For absolutely no reason. That was what we call algos, algorithmic trading, right? The slam, they bought the slam, and then this open today, you could have sold another bear call spread right at the open. I tried to get an Amazon because I knew Amazon was going to slam. I didn't get filled. And I just showed you, if you got filled, you're already up about $900 right now on that Amazon bear call spread if you did it. Jerome Powell, in his Wall Street Journal interview that I said was at 2, didn't say anything new. Well, he did. He actually kind of reconfirmed that he's going to do his job. And because somebody asked, well, is this 75 point raise right out of question? He's like, we will do whatever it takes type of thing. Do you remember this type of language? This guy had this type of language when he was the Fed chief, and so did Jerome Powell. I'm going to paraphrase, but it's kind of a direct quote. I will do whatever it takes to save this economy. And you can delete the word economy and put stock market. That's what they were getting at. And they did all of that. You guys know the term QE, quantitative easing. So Jerome Powell, Janet Yellen, Ben Bernanke, all 3 Fed chiefs are the volunteer firemen that lit this massive inflation fire. And then now they raced back to the firehouse to get on their truck to come here so they could see the cool lights going on. So nothing changed yesterday in the market rally. Because some people were like, hey, Powell must have said something good. I'm like, did you listen to him or read he didn't say anything. If anything, he got more hawkish. He did the same thing last week, ladies and gentlemen. You see that rally right there? Jerome Powell did what? On NPR, finally admitted, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to land this plane safely, and yeah, we're kind of late. And the markets, what did I say was going to happen? We will probably have a relief rally because the dude said the truth. What happened the next day? Relief rally because he said the truth, and then we're going to go down. The same thing is happening right now. A little bit of a relief rally in the afternoon that Jerome Powell admits that we're all going to die. And then today, the market waking up going, well, that's bad news. This is like shooting fish in a barrel, folks. This is fun. I love doing it. And this ain't hard. Okay. So, Morgan Stanley, we briefed this yesterday. I agree with this. Okay. Or Morgan Stanley agrees with me. Exactly, Mike. That's a great quote. Jim Grant, the Fed is both the firefighter and the arsonist. That's exactly what is going on. And does everybody remember recently what happened with the Federal Reserve? 3 months ago-ish, the Federal Reserve got caught, Jerome Powell and all the Federal Reserve chiefs doing what? Trading. The Federal Reserve presidents and their staff got out of the market where? Perfectly at the top of this thing. Do you remember that? I was stunned. I'm like, I thought the Federal Reserve chief and the presidents and everybody can't trade. Oh, well, now we won't. No, what do you mean now we won't? You were? They got out at the perfect market top. You have to laugh because it's just, seriously? But Morgan Stanley, ladies and gentlemen, saying S&P 500 down here, which is where I told you when we started to implode in January, I said, we're going down to here, man. So you don't have to read a chart to know that there's a lot of dark in between there and there. What is going to save this market? So let's red team my red team. What could save this market? Go around the world. China starts opening up. They start realizing that zero COVID and their lockdowns are nuts. People are going nuts, and the supply chains, they need to open for business. Okay, so China opens up. That we talked about FXI yesterday, didn't we? As a potential bullish trade. If you think China's going to open up and start kind of getting out of the abyss that they're in, I mean, the FXI was up in the 50s a couple months ago. Now we're down here in the 30s, upper 20s. You could get long FXI. So that's potentially bullish. There goes the S&P, man. Let me just keep an eye on this. You ready? What's another potential bullish thing? Peace. Breaking news. Peace agreement in Ukraine. Rip your face off rally. Okay, but Wiz, yeah, I know, but I'm red teaming my red team. Ain't no peace talks. Putin's like, Your Holiness, thanks for the email, but no, these guys, NATO's funneling all these weapons in there. I thought on May Day or whatever it's called, his May 9th, his parade, he was going to declare war on Ukraine. I'm still hearing that from a lot of my buddies. He's calling it. He called it a special military operation because he thought it was going to be quick and this and that. But break glass in case of emergency is we're going to declare war on Ukraine and anyone who supplies them. Then what do we do? Vladimir Putin wakes up and goes, I'm asking the whatever for a declaration of war. And when that happens, I guarantee you the text says anybody who supplies weapons to our enemy is our enemy and we will attack. Then what does NATO do? So I guess I'm red teaming. I red team my red team. But all right, so China opens up, peace in Europe. But here's what I'm trying to get at. I'm trying to not walk you into an ambush. Here's my point. In this altitude right here, this big delta of airspace, usually when a market does that, who comes to rescue us? The arsonist. This time, that is not happening. Jerome Powell and his Wall Street Journal brief yesterday said, we gotta fight this inflation, man. So I'm still, good job, Steve. Steve's up 50% on his SPX bear call spread in less than 1 hour this morning. Guys, this is free money. I've been doing this for the past 3 months. When the market opens and it's up, you just put on a bear call spread. And now you get out of it, and then it might turn a little bit here. I love this tactical trading. Goose, what will save this market? This and only this. Institutions will have to start buying. Question is, what will kick that off? They are largely on hold until they see a path forward. Correct. So here's the other thing, folks, is and institutional money is not going to step in until when? Everybody and their mother, including my mother, said what? They expect this. What's going on right now, they expect to be happening, meaning a pullback. For the past week, even the clowns on CNBC were like, what? Even downtown Josh Brown is like, these bear market rallies sell into. Now, remember, it's pretty funny because they've listened to me. Look at these. A little bit of a rally pullback, medium rally pullback, big rally up. No, it's a pullback. But even he's like, hey, man, you're going to have bear market rallies. So all the smart money knows that we're going to have these type of things and then pound it lower. So again, on your screen, if you're feeling pain from January through now, this is not pain, guys. If you were trading around the COVID crash, you knew that 1 month was pain. That was washout selling. That was margin calls. That was ugliness. This is not. I've been doing this for over 3 decades. This is orderly. It might not feel orderly to you. I traded through the .com bubble. I was a instructor pilot in Miramar, sitting in the ready room going, oh my God. So I've traded through all of these things, man. 2000, 2008, COVID. This is not, you haven't seen down yet. Okay. So that's my strategic mindset is Jerome Powell said nothing yesterday that would change the narrative. And if you listened to him yesterday, you should have sold into this pop at the open. Not going to talk crypto anymore, but look at this macroeconomic data. U.S. housing starts and permits plunged in April as mortgage rates soar. Close friend of Susie and I's just lost her job at a mortgage company. They laid off like 50 people. That's coming too. I'm glad I live in South Florida, Southern California. Doesn't matter when housing bubbles burst. People still want to live near the beach. It's the Bozeman, Montana bubbles, right? Yesterday, what's Rocket City? Huntsville, Alabama, the #1 place to live in the world. Enjoy. But when the bubble bursts in those type of areas, it gets ugly. So consumer confidence, Target, housing starts. Look at this. Target earnings were bad enough to hurt nearly all the other retailers. Target, ladies and gentlemen, is a bellwether. It is a barometer of what's going on in the overall market, right? Walmart, and when Walmart and Target start imploding like they did, what's the let's dig through the pile of dung to find the pony. What's the pony? Okay. But this week, what do we talk about as well? Hey man, Warren Buffett, Paramount. Paramount was up 15% yesterday. A lot of people took profits on their calls. A lot of TGO members printed money yesterday on Paramount. Warren Buffett does not invest in companies that suck. He's gotten a couple wrong over the years. I'll give him that, but this is great. Berkshire Hathaway in their 13F filing, $2.6 billion in Paramount. Either he's a fool or he knows what he's doing. And you guys know what I believe. Top Gun Maverick is just going to blow expectations away. Do you see what's happening in Netflix? Netflix just let go another 150 people. Some other streaming services are starting to implode. I feel like the streaming is the internet 1999. You got some Netscapes and some Pets.com, and you got some Amazons and Googles. You got to pick the right ones. I think Netflix is either going to be scooped up or get destroyed. You know, the Amazon, the Prime will survive. This Paramount will survive. But I mean, look at CNN Plus. I mean, the thing lasted 22 minutes. What an embarrassment. What's his name? Left Fox News. I can't stand that guy. He was always a pain in my ass. I liked his dad though. So we did talk about a bullish trade this week, Paramount, which is yeah, exactly, Doug. I think we've hit peak streaming. This is why I'm very bullish about the No Fallen Heroes documentary, because people are dying. Bad use of words. People are, these companies want good content, and the No Fallen Heroes documentary is going to be some pretty damn good content. I'm waiting, I think today or hopefully tomorrow, I get the extraction boards, right? It's a Hollywood term, to see the boards for the TV show, where it's going to be like intervention. We're going to go in and we're going to rescue vets and take them to treatment and all sorts of stuff like that. So I could not be more bullish on our project. So at least we have some clarity into that. The only other space, ladies and gentlemen, where I'm bullish is the psychedelic space. A month ago-ish, I gave a speech down at the Benzinga Psychedelic Capital Conference. Sat there for 8 hours listening to public companies like Atai, Cybin, MindMed, Field Trip Health. They're all going to end up merging. There's going to be big mergers in the psychedelic space. Could not be more bullish on this sector. There's some ETFs you can trade to get bullish on this sector. This is the internet 1999. You know it's going to be massive. You just don't know how big it's going to get. One of the guys, I think he was from Bloomberg, one of the analysts said this is a $500 billion space in America when it gets airborne. He didn't say Canada, Mexico, China. He said just America. The psychedelic space is going to explode. So now would be the time to get into these type of names before they explode. This will be a, especially with these names. The legal psychedelics industry, capitalism on drugs. Capitalism is tripping over itself to get people tripping on legal psychedelics. Kind of really bad words, and I don't like the. Oh, there it is, right there. On April 19th at the Fontainebleau in Miami, the Benzinga Capital Conference, man. You know who was there? Mr. Wonderful. He gave the initial opening keynote. The first day was psychedelics, right? And the next 2 days were the cannabis convention. Mr. Wonderful, when asked about psychedelics, he's like, love the space. I am investing a shit pot of money in here. Blah, 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 blah. And they're like, oh, great. Okay, so, what about the next 2 days? You staying around? He's like, cannabis sucks. Nope. Zero interest in the space. People don't look at it as, he had a great bunch of reasons, like, it's not viewed as therapeutic, blah, 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 blah. It's the psychedelic space that he was uber bullish on. I'm going to show you, let me click on this real quick. But and I kind of get that vibe too. One of the heroes in our No Fallen Heroes documentary is Doug DeStasso. He runs the Veterans Cannabis Project, And he said the same thing. He's like, Wiz, I want to be a part of this project, because people either think cannabis is already good to go or legal, or you know, or it's recreational. So here's me speaking at the the psychedelic conference down in Miami. If you want to watch my speech, and then people came up to me afterwards. They're like, "Holy crap! People didn't know that veterans, which is good and bad. People in the space didn't know that veterans are using this for healing, right?" This headline earlier in the week kind of uh, upset me a little bit. And when I say upset, that means I have a problem with ego and I need to go meditate. But, people starting to complain in this country that, holy shit, we might have to go to Canada or Mexico for our health care. I'm like, welcome to the party, Americans. Been sending veterans to Canada and Mexico to keep them from killing themselves. You mean now you're outraged? Great. Maybe if you're paying attention to this issue, you can pay attention to our issue as well. But thank God that there are states who are coming out. The state of Maryland is giving grants to veterans to go for treatment in Mexico for healing. Oregon is legal for therapeutic use. California has decriminalized it. You guys know I was over at the University of Texas last month, a fundraiser for the Dell School of Medicine psychedelic branch, who's focusing on veterans. This is the space I am bullish on. So bullish on Paramount because of Maverick, and bullish on the psychedelic space. A bunch of people are asking me for the names in the space that I like, and we will talk about that. This is the place to be bullish, folks. We need all of this. We need healing. We need the world needs this. And again, you do not need to do psychedelics to heal, folks. You can do meditation, breath work, all sorts of stuff like that. But when you're dealing with fighter pilots and veterans, some of us need some radical healing. Here are the names that I like. Atai, Compass, Cybin, MindMed, and Field Trip Health. It's not up here. But check this out. What do we do? Well, Wiz, do you put poker chips on each one of these and, hope to guess it right? Do you pick one of them? Well, Mr. Wonderful and Cody Chandraw, who runs Ambria Capital here in Boca, which is a psychedelic company. Cody and I are good friends right now. He's like, there's absolutely going to be consolidation around these names. But guess what I trade? There is an ETF, an exchange traded fund. PSIL ETF. There's an ETF that you can trade called PSIL, right? There's a couple psychedelic ETFs, but where's their holdings? Loading right here. It's got all the names in it, is what I'm going to tell you. So you could buy this ETF. Now, this ETF, and it's down here probably, does not have options yet, but it should. Here we go. Here's what PSIL has in it. MindMed, Atai, Compass, Cybin, Field Trip Health, the ones that I just said I like. So instead of buying 5 individual names, why don't we just buy the ETF? Okay. I have PSIL in my personal portfolio. It's down. Everything's down. But this is why you would get into the psychedelic space when it's at a low right now. So PSIL is the ETF, and it's down here at $2.80. So they don't have options on this name. But here's a whiz rule of thumb. I don't trade options on a name under 10 bucks. That's the premium of an option. If a stock's under 10 bucks, you buy the stock. So this would be the rare exception in my investing life right now where I would buy stock or ETFs, right? So this is the time to do this, folks. This is an Axe Capital moment from Billions. We have a project that's going to explode in America over the next 6 months, showing veterans using psychedelics. This project, I want to punch myself in the face. You know, I'm not doing it for money to make money. I'm doing it to save lives. But let me go Axe Capital or Gordon Gekko here. If we can save lives and I can help you guys make money while we're saving lives, that's called the ultimate win-win. Again, I ain't in it for the money. It'll be easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven. So, but I'm here to teach you how to trade, and I'm here to be Gordon Gekko. Now would be the time to, folks, buy 1,000 shares of PSIL. I mean, this was up at $10 a couple months ago. It's at 2. You buy $1,000 right now. It goes up back up to 10. Shit, man, you made $8,000. That ain't too shabby. This space, ladies and gentlemen, this will be a these are and the analysts that were down there in Benzingas all said the same thing. These are biotechs. Technically, they're biotechs. These big public psychedelic companies are what? They are capital sponges. They need a shit pot of money to do what? All these tests, FDA research, blah, blah, blah. The FDA is in this space now. They've given approval to this. Daniel Carcillo, my NHL brother, he runs WeSana Health using MDMA for head trauma, for traumatic brain injury. And he's in, phase 3? MDMA will be approved in the next year. Count on it. Even the FDA is saying that, we're probably about, 2023 is looking pretty, I think we're okay. Of course, that can completely be wrong. The FDA can come out tomorrow and go, it's all done. It's not. There's people in the FDA poking around. There's big pharma poking around psychedelics. The Department of Defense, the VA, is starting to do studies. Bob Parsons, former Marine, who's currently a billionaire, horrible experience in Vietnam, who just gave $10 million to do not veteran, active duty study on MDMA. So this is coming, folks. I have no idea what this space is going to look like. This is 1999 internet, man. And this is, you want to buy something with both hands at a discount right now, it's the psychedelic sector. I guarantee you. Only one of two things is going to happen in the psychedelic space, folks. This is going to explode or nothing. This isn't, we're just going to fumble around for the next couple years. And one more time, I'm going to tell you, and this is not ego, the No Fallen Heroes documentary. No offense, this will be ego, and I'm going to allow myself to do this. Because I was talking to Lee, our producer, after I watched our first look, and I cried. And he had an ego moment. He's like, dude, God strike me down for saying this, but I've watched 10, 15 psychedelic documentaries over the past 6 months of our project. They all suck. I'm like, I know, dude, I was going to say the same thing. All right, let's put our ego back. It's the truth. Zappy Zappalin, all these folks. I don't have free time anymore. I do research. I've watched just about every psychedelic documentary out there. They suck. I mean, they're good. They save lives and everything like that. I'm talking as a fighter pilot now, dude. If you're coming to Boca on the 28th, man, to see our first look. We got fighter jets, we got pilots, we got veterans, we have psychedelic medicine. It's going to explode the space. When somebody sitting in Topeka, Kansas goes, holy shit, first of all, Maverick's fake. This guy's fake. They're all actors. These are the real dudes. This is what happens when they get out of the cockpit. Yeah, this space will explode. I guarantee you. So, bullish on this sector. When I started Monday night with all my doom and gloom, I had a slide that said what? It ain't all doom and gloom. I'm going to tell you where I am bullish. I would buy 1,000 shares if you could, 100 shares, whatever, of PSIL. It is this is a no-brainer, folks. All of these public psychedelic companies are underwater right now, just getting hammered. It's so funny. I can't stand people like, here in Florida. Look at Disney stock. It's down since it went woke. Everything's down. The same idiots on the other side go, look at Tesla. Elon's getting destroyed since he tried to do his Twitter acquisition. I'm like, tell me you know nothing about the stock market without telling me you know nothing about everything's getting hammered right now. So trying to be selective about, well, you're getting hammered for everybody's getting destroyed. Except at TOPGUN Options, we're making money on people destroyed. But the same thing is going on in the psychedelic space. People on stage in Miami said the same thing. They're like, our sector's getting hammered because everybody's getting hammered. We're a biotech sector. We're a speculative sector. But guess what? And it was cool to go to this thing and I sat there, man. I took notes. I have a ton of notes. All these companies, the doctors, and I'm like, because I'm looking at not the science of it. I'm looking at the me of it. I'm looking at me at the mission within. I'm looking at me and my 4 brothers who did the medicine and the crying and the healing. I'm on the anecdotal side. But to sit there at a conference, I'd rather get my teeth drilled and go to a conference. This was the one I had to go to, man. And I was like, wow, the science behind this, the way they're going to legal things. And this is a whole industry that's coming, folks. Because this isn't, hey, man, go lay down on that couch for an hour and take this pill and you're the happiest you've ever been. This is a lot of fucking work. The medicine is a lot of work. But I am Neo. You want the blue pill or the red pill? You take the blue. You can keep living your life with all of your masks and going through the motions. And when you take your last breath, you're going to see what I've seen. Or do you take the red pill and see what I've seen? And just about every other person who's done the medicine has seen. And you start healing. Healing is not, it ain't easy. But I've, for the first time in it was 52 years, right? 53, whatever, when I did the medicine for the first time, never been better in my life. Never been better in my life. Wasn't easy. It was a weekend ass kicking and a year of integration. But man, this is where you need to be bullish. Mike, you're going to like the way you look in this ETF. I guarantee it. Whatever happened to that guy? They like Papa John, that guy. That dude they like threw out of the company. Yeah, I'll give you the link again. It's in the chat box. This is me at the Psychedelic Capital Conference speaking about our project, and people were blown away. November. Well, we're shooting for Veterans Day, folks. We're shooting for November 11th, which is Veterans Day. Fingers crossed. But again, we're going to con. We're doing the film festival circuit and stuff like that. If somebody picks it up and says this is ours now, it's going to be whenever the hell they want to release it. But we're not giving up 100%. I'm never going to do that. What do I need to do to put you in this ETF today? Says every car salesman everywhere. Exactly, Steve. I'm gonna slap the hood and MindMed. I like MindMed, Tie, and Compass are the 3 big ones. MindMed, Compass, and a Tie. And again, they're all these are all a steal, guys. They're either going to merge with each other or something. This is coming. They're all talking about consolidate. That's free inside outside information at this conference. Mr. Wonderful, a lot of these CEOs that were on stage said, yeah, we're probably going to see some consolidation. Now, maybe they're under NDAs or they can't say for sure, and we're talking to it's coming. So there you go. These are the type of stocks that on CNBC, it's going to be breaking news. Compass is up 300% on FDA this or merger that. It's coming, guys. I guarantee it. So I lived up to my promise of showing you what I'm bullish on. 2 names, technically, Paramount and PSIL, or 5 names, Paramount and all the psychedelic public companies. Kathy, Mr. Wonderful is Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank. Anybody watch CNBC and watch Shark Tank? That's who Kevin O'Leary is. But so yeah, Mr. Wonderful is Kevin O'Leary. How bad's Amazon doing? Look at that. Loving where we are. What's this trade at right now? So if you logged in early and you got that Amazon trade, you're looking good. This is in my personal account over here. I have an Amazon bear call spread on that's up. It's up $3,000 today, but up $1,200 total. This trade potentially is going to make. There's a 93% probability of making $2,300 this week just in Amazon. That's one trade, guys. One trade, limited risk, $2,350. Let's just say you did one trade a week like that, right? $2,350 times 52 trading weeks, $122,000. Potential 6-figure income just trading one trade a week. because I know some of my friends and other folks that are here keep asking about what? The time commitment. Again, folks, if I wasn't doing a 1 hour trade brief, half an hour, 45-minute trade brief, Monday through Thursday, I'd probably do 1 trade a day, maybe 2, and live my life, or no trades. I didn't get filled on the Amazon trade today. Everything else, I'm hanging out. I had my Amazon bear call spread on for Friday, and I'm kind of done. I think I still have my Paramount on, and so the time commitment, if anything, the biggest time commitment is your initial commitment, folks. If you join today, sit down this weekend and watch last quarter's 8 full throttle training sessions, starting with this is the stock market down to these are advanced options tactics. That's the biggest time commitment, is the initial chunk. And then here in the live trade briefs, we tighten it up every once in a while. Hey, let's spend a little bit more time talking about this bear call spread. I do that. But in these live trade briefs, I want to focus on giving you intel, all the intel that I am using, and an actionable trade. I don't want to sit here in the live trade briefs and go through an hour of this is how you do an iron condor. That's what the training is for. I'd rather use this time for live and shooting stuff down. Okay? So, training in the full throttle program, and then we do our live trade briefs here. Jim, how do you get the hunters alerts, text alerts, and email alerts? So, let's go from left to right. Jim, I love your question. In full throttle, for only $295 a month, you get access to the text and email alerts from the trades that I do in the live trade briefs. Okay. If you want access to all of my trades out in the live trade briefs and outside of them 24/7, you do the hunters. So the hunters is that real-time trading. I'll go show you what it looks like. So you get the text and email, everything, excuse me, it builds on itself, right? This is text and email. This is text and email and live. Okay, that is text and email and live. And this again, this is the instructor panel. Let me go show you what it looks like. Oh, here's the solo. I'll tell you about solo Amazon. If you just want to spend $97, I'll give you that link. But solo Amazon on Monday, this is where we did this bear call spread. That is up $1,200 that I showed you. Men lie, live trades don't. So there's the solo Amazon member page where I said, hey man, and look, you got 2 trades on Monday if you were in solo Amazon. I did an Amazon trade. That's up $1,200 like I just showed you. And we did this trade. This was a day trade in solo Amazon. I covered it because if I'm seeing shots, man, I'm going to, the solo Amazon members got a free trade on Monday that expired for max profit. I think this was this was a $2,300 trade. This was $2,300 and the bear call spread's looking good right now. Okay. So yeah, I'll give you the solo Amazon link in a couple seconds here, but let me show you what the Hunters looks like. Underneath member content, you go over here to Hunters. SDIS stands for Self-Directed Investment Squadron. So this is what it looks like to the folks on your end. So I look at the instructor panel, and these folks are in here posting their trades, chatting back and forth, and everything like that. Okay. So Tony, now the Hunters doesn't have that operational ability right now. We might, after the launch of the movie and stuff like that, over the summer, I might look into that. Discord, Goose was looking at Discord and some other potential platforms, but we kind of put that on hold for a while because we're focusing on stuff. Over here in the lifetime membership, the Max Afterburner, it's a GroupMe app. So yeah, you have it on your phone and everything like that. But I'm going to try and get that capability over in the Hunters. But that's also why the Hunters is less expensive and the lifetime is a little bit more. So, but to finish with Jim's question, if you want all my trades and your fellow members' trades 24/7, you do the monthly. And obviously this gets you full throttle and the Hunters, and it's a 50% discount. This is the no-brainer. I think most of the folks that are new members that I looked at last night after the Panthers got spanked are in the annual. That's the best call, man. 50% discount. That's a God moment. Flying back from treatment in San Diego, I'm like, it was January. I was on the airplane flying back from San Diego after doing the medicine the second time, and I said, this is going to happen. Wiz, put the ladder down and help people out. I did the same thing at the COVID crash. Did a full throttle, did emergency live trade briefs, put the ladder down, and the market did that. And we made millionaires. It was one of the most professionally rewarding experiences of my life. I'm not going to sit here and do it, but man, I just, these are all screenshots from people who are current members. Bob making $4,700. Yeah, I'm not going to go through here, but I take screenshots of everybody who are crushing it, man. This is just absolute, Mike, 200% gain in some trades. I love this. I love going through this every once in a while because it just makes me smile. I know a lot of folks who most of their presentations is going through all of these case studies. I'd rather turn you into a case study than sit here and show you all of our performance. But these folks, all of these folks are absolutely crushing it. Again, I told you the other night, my Donald Rumsfeld, I had a losing SPX trade yesterday and a winning SPX trade. That happens. I have losing trades, but thank God I have like a greater than 70% success rate. So it's good stuff. Tony, joined the Hunters 3 months ago. I've been using fake money, paper trading on $100,000 of fake money. My account balance is 160 grand as of this morning, using your tactics and applying some to other stocks as well. I so wish it was real money. Tony, so folks, let me show you what Tony just said. This is exactly what you need to do, okay? Everything that Tony just wrote is the right thing to do. So Tony, this is great. So Tony, for 3 months, and I'm going to take that, Tony, is doing exactly what somebody should do. Opened a paper trading account, is practicing the tactics, doing his training, and now he's ready for what? To get airborne. So I get it when he's like, shit, I wish this had been real money. It's going to be. So now I feel good, man. This makes me smile. I'm saving this one because Tony is ready to solo. This is my job as an instructor, man. When you can put that Top Gun Options patch on your shoulder and go, Whiz, I'm ready to get airborne. That makes me smile. Do not open a regular brokerage account and start following me tomorrow because I guarantee you when that happens, I'm going to suck. It'll be my week where I have 3 losing trades. That happens. Over time, it doesn't, but it seems like Murphy's Law, man. The people who jump right in and start trading live immediately are like, dude, of course you had 2 shitty trades. I'm like, yeah, and of course you shouldn't have done that. So get your paper trading account open and start whatever. Fortunately, that doesn't happen a lot, but I am going to say anecdotally, Ken, exactly. Ground school to simulator to aircraft. That is our model here at Top Gun Options. Folks, I haven't done it in a while, but I used to go to other presentations to go spy on people and see what they're doing. I'm no dummy. I got to be honest, and this is ego. A lot of other people suck. First of all, they use the word education. There's no such thing as financial education, man. The world's full of educated derelicts. So, yeah, I'm going to train you. Goose, Tony gets a gold star when you transition to real money. Begin small because your emotions change a little as you adjust to live trading. Goose, fantastic. Goose gets a gold star for saying that. He's right. Once you transition from your paper trading account to start trading, start with some smaller maximum allowable losses, man, and crawl, walk, run. Now I sprint. I was a crawler before, man. I didn't hatch as a good options trader. I hatched as an incredible fighter pilot. Not a good options trader. Mike, new guys, practice trade first. Learn how to enter, adjust, and exit your trades on your platform like a boss before you use real money. Thank you. All right, guys, I went over by 4 minutes. You got it. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I did not ignore you. I will give you the solo Amazon link here in a second. I just want to make sure we get as many full throttle folks as we can. What a great week to do this. Okay. Again, I hate the sales stuff of this. That's why I open the doors. And that's why I hate when people are like, hey, we're having a 19-person speaker event this Saturday. Do you want your 22-minute slot? I'm like, sure. because I like getting new leads, but it's awful. I opened up the doors, 2 live trade briefs during the day where we saw absolutely profitable trades. Men lie, trades don't. You got to see all this stuff live. Let me give you the replay page because it looked like a couple people were new. Where's the replay page? Right here. Here's the replay page if you didn't attend yesterday or Monday night. Let me give you the replay page, and yes, I will. Right now, trust me, I'm not going anywhere until I give you the solo Amazon. If you just want to spend $97, solo Amazon is every Monday at 10 a.m. Solo Amazon every Monday at 10 a.m. Let me give you those links. And it's awesome. I love solo Amazon. Monthly is $97. Okay, so 1 second. Let me paste this in here. Paste. So there you go. $97, man. That's a round of drinks. Anywhere now. Let's go, Brandon. So $97. If you just want to test out what we do here at TGO in solo Amazon, you ready for this? All we trade is, say it with me, Amazon. Look at that. Weighing Amazon's price. That's weird. That's the universe speaking to us. Let me give you a link to get a massive discount, though. There's a solo Amazon annual for only $897. That is a effing steal. I love that I'm talking about Amazon right now, and over my shoulder is CNBC talking about Amazon. We also trade an ETF called XLY because it's got a big percentage of it in Amazon and Tesla. So we also trade the XLY in this service. But this is not full throttle, guys. If you just signed up for full throttle and you want solo, they're separate services. Look at the S&P. We're going to break 4,000 and keep going lower. $97, no brainer, or $897 a year. That's like a 25% discount, I think. All right, how's my Amazon trade looking? There you go. Amazon trade that was up $1,100 is now up $1,400. That's my personal account too, folks. So men lie, numbers don't. In a training environment for compliance purposes, folks, for training, there it goes through 4,000. What did I tell you? I have to use the paper trading, over it just so it doesn't look like I'm giving investment advice, and I'm not. You got to fly and fight your own airplane, man. I do not give investment advice. People send me individual emails. I can't respond to them. I tell you to go post them in our online forum so everybody can see. I can't. I just don't want to give you one-on-one investment advice. Steve, just re-upped my solo Amazon annual this morning. Awesome, Steve. Lawrence, in my opinion, short-term going in Amazon split. In a couple of weeks, there might be a short-term pop as options prices come down on the split. Lawrence, I agree. On Monday in solo Amazon, which you should join right now, I will talk about getting long Amazon at least when the stock splits. We're gonna actually place a bullish trade on Amazon, shockingly, but then we're gonna pound it into the dirt. My SOP is to place a closing trade at 80% profit on a trade. Going to hit that soon. Get out of any trade when it hits 70, 80, 90% profit. Agreed. I love it. All right, man. I think we're good. Emergency briefs are complete, man. I did my job. I do it again. Colonel Jessup. I told you my mission objectives Monday night were to give you up-to-date intelligence briefs to show you how you can profit as other people panic, and also how to potentially protect current investments by buying puts. I did all of those things. Now we shut the door, right? It's like Goodfellas, Paulie. When he goes to see Paulie, like he gets out of prison, he was doing drugs. He sees Paulie. Paulie's cooking his sausages. He gave him like $3,000. He's like, now I'm done with you. I have to wash my hands and walk away. Now I'm done with you, unless you're a TGO member. And then we are going to get airborne and print money. Told you yesterday to sell every rip, and look at the S&P 500 right now. The S&P 500 is imploding. And it's going lower. SPX, look at that. Bye-bye, 4,000. And now it's a momentum trade. Now we're just going to pick up speed to the downside. Bob, yes, we had the long Amazon on our calendars for this week. You got it, Bob. I would be getting long Amazon. Tony, the 70, 80, 90% rule was the biggest thing I learned this time. I go ahead and put the closing order in for 75% as soon as I place the order. Most of these spreads close out the same day. Tony, gold star. Tony at TOPGUN Options, he has his SOP, standard operating procedure. This is when I'm going to close out my trades. Folks, what did I tell you Monday night? 90% of trading is emotional. If you can't stick to your checklist, man, if you can't come up with your trade plan and say, I said I was going to get out of here for minimum loss or max profit, I'm doing it. Become a pilot, man. Become the pilot in command of your portfolio. In the full throttle training, I'm going to give you my SOPs. Here's when I get out or get in. This is why you want to join, man. Okay, any other questions, concerns, oh, by the ways, or smart remarks? Keep an eye. If you don't join today, at least full throttle or solo Amazon. Oh, yeah, sorry, man. Somebody in the background was a TOPGUN charts. I completely forgot about my brother Bart, but I just don't like confusing people. Let's go, Bart. We have a charting service here at TOPGUN Options. F14 guy, Bart. He was Barclays Hedge voted him one of the top FX traders in the world. He's a CMT. He's a chartered market technician. The dude's a 500-pound freaking head. Maybe in a week or two, we'll do like a standalone little promo with Bart so you can check out the Tomcat chart service. But the way he has been plotting this shit on the charts, it's some sort of sorcery. So if you're interested in this, maybe you do solo Amazon and Tomcat charts, man, before you do full throttle. I'd prefer you do full throttle, folks, because that's the glue that's going to show you how to employ what Bart is showing you on the charts for max profit. Same thing in solo Amazon. I'd prefer you do full throttle, but man, if you just can't swing $295 a month right now for 1 month, do Tomcat charts or do solo Amazon. Okay, so all the links right now are in the chat box. I'll send out an email later today with kind of all the links just to in case you didn't catch them. But if we're done with full throttle, because my phone's been buzzing a lot, if we are closed for 50 for the full throttle slots, we won't be taking any more people into that. Good stuff. Everybody have a good week. I mean, if you didn't learn anything, I've absolutely failed. If you learned something or a lot, it puts a smile on my face. So I appreciate everybody coming. We had like 1,500 people registered for these things, and we had some good crowds. So again, going to get airborne without you, man. And there's more pain ahead in this market unless you know what you're doing. Okay? Awesome. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. No, well, everything is God. I'm God. You're God. God is God. And I'm just trying to put the ladder down, man. A lot of people aren't doing good right now. I'm telling you, it breaks my heart. Again, old me, Gordon Gekko, would laugh getting all these emails like, well, you're an idiot. You should have, market's going straight up. If you didn't think this was going to happen, you got problems. New me after doing the medicine. Shut up, Wiz. Help people, man. Put the ladder down. To whom much is given, much is required. Most of the money that I make, I throw over the fence into our foundation to help save veterans. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like flying my airplane around and shit like that, but I'd rather, I want to feel good. I hate feeling bad. I hate people losing money. And if I can help them turn that shit around, I'm going to do it. So, all right, guys, I got to get going. I'll get the replay posted on the, thank you. Excuse me, I'm dying here. I'll get the replay posted on the replay page shortly in case you came in late or you missed anything. Other than that, we're going to get airborne, and I'll see many of you tomorrow in our accelerated retirement and weekly debrief. If you join today, man, you're going to see me tomorrow. I don't know if that's a threat or a good thing. So have a great Dow's down 650, and we're going to go lower. Have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge. God bless all of you, and namaste. Fights on, and welcome aboard.